Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Sudhagar, a general pediatrician. In this channel, I will be giving you basic information regarding childcare and other health tips. The coronavirus pandemic has spread all over the world and it has caused lots of deaths. And the predominant cause of death is usually respiratory failure due to lung damage. There are several methods to identify the lung damage, and one among those is pulse oximeter. In this video, we will be seeing what is pulse oximeter, how to use it, and how it helps to identify lung damage. Before going to the video, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Let's get into the video. The main function of our lung is to separate oxygen from the inspired air and transfer it to the blood. In our blood, the hemoglobin carries oxygen to all over the body, and the cells utilize this oxygen for its function. So, in a COVID patient, the virus enters through the respiratory tract and causes lung damage, resulting in inability of the lung to transfer adequate oxygen to blood. As a result, our body organs does not get adequate oxygen. This is called hypoxia, which can result in organ damage. So let's see how to use a pulse oximeter. This is my pulse oximeter. It's an old one. I bought it some 7 to 8 years back and it's still functioning properly. So in this, if you press it on one end, the other end will open and you need to place your finger into this gap. Now you need to press this button so that the device gets switched on and it will start giving out the reading. So now you can see the readings. The one on the left side is saturation, that is the amount of oxygen present in your blood. Its maximum value is 100%, and a normal adult will be having a value of more than 95. Usually it will be around 98-99. If this goes below 95, then there is a chance that your lungs are not functioning properly, and when the value is below 92, you need to get a medical attention. The one on the right side is your pulse rate, which shows the rate at which your heart is beating per minute. Usually for an adult, this will be between 60 to 100 beats per minute, the lowest being at rest, and during activity it will be higher. If your heart rate is either lower or higher than this range, then it is abnormal. One important thing is, this heart rate varies based on age, with the highest being for a newborn infant, where it can be anywhere between 100 to 150, even more when the baby is crying. As the age increases, the heart rate decreases. So we have seen how to use the device. Now I will explain you how actually this device works. If you see the inside of the pulse oximeter, the upper half emits a red color light, and the lower half has a receiver which receives the light. So when you place your finger between these two, the light must pass through your hand before reaching the receiver, and during this travel, a part of the light's wavelength will be absorbed by our blood depending upon the amount of oxygen it carries. So once the receiver collects the remaining light, it calculates the saturation of the blood based on the absorption pattern. Now you may have a doubt, in which finger should we use the device? Research article says that middle finger is best because it gives the accurate reading. But from my experience, you can use it on any finger and the difference is negligible. In fact, you can use it even in your toe fingers and the value will not change significantly. Okay, so now we'll see what are the advantages of this pulse oximeter. If someone gets lung damage, they will be getting symptoms like breathlessness only when the damage becomes more severe and it may be too late. So by using pulse oximeter, you can find out the lung damage even before the symptoms starts to appear. Other thing is, it is very portable and operates on a battery so that you can use it anywhere. And it is a non-invasive method of seeing the saturation, so it involves no pain. So when something is this good, there will be some catch. So let's see what are all the problems in using this device. First and foremost, you will not get a correct value when you use a nail polish. Second, to use this, you must keep your finger still. So using this probe in children might be difficult. Third, the initial value which you get immediately after applying the device may not be accurate. You need to wait for the device to display the final value. Here you can see that after I apply the probe to myself, the initial saturation is 43, but this is a false value. When I wait for some time, the saturation increases and it shows the real value of 99%. So these are the few things which you must consider while using the device. So the final question is, do you need to buy this device or not? As per the current WHO recommendation, there is no need for general public to buy this device for their personal use. But if you can afford one, you can definitely buy it, especially if there are someone with lung problem or cardiac problem. It will also be useful if you have elderly in your house. Hope you found this video interesting. If you want similar contents, subscribe to the channel. If you found this video useful, share to your friends. I will meet you in next video. Until then, bye.